The Atlanta Hawks just made another wild move, and like always, no one is really talking about it. But this is a huge underrated signing for the Atlanta Hawks offseason. The Hawks are bringing back Keaton Wallace on a two-way deal, and I'm here to tell you this is a massive W. Here's why. Wallace may not be a household name, but if you watched the Hawks closely last season, you know that this guy showed out every time he touched the floor. He appeared in 32 games for Atlanta last year, and yeah, his averages were solid. I mean, 5.5 points, 2.5 assists, and 1.5 rebounds per game, and he played about 16 minutes per game. But where he really made his noise is when he got the chance to start. In 5 games, he averaged 14 points, 8.4 assists, 5 rebounds, and 2.5 steals per game. That's not role player production. That is starting caliber output. And if you need a highlight, let's go back to January 15th. Hawks versus Bulls. Trae Young is out. Wallace drops a career-high 27 points that leads the Atlanta Hawks to a huge win. Then in April, this man delivers a triple-double. 15 points, 15 assists, 11 rebounds, plus 5 steals in just 37 minutes against Orlando. That is a performance. That is historic. He became the first player in Hawks franchise history to post 15 plus points, 15 plus assists, 10 boards, and 5 plus steals in a single game. And if that wasn't enough, Wallace was a big part of the Hawks' run to the NBA Cup semifinals, stepping up when Trae Young was sidelined. So yeah, Keaton Wallace can hoop. Now here's what's even crazier. He's on a two-way contract, which means he won't take up a standard roster spot, and he'll have the chance to keep developing with the College Park Skyhawks and be ready for minutes with the big squad when needed. All that production, all that upside, and it barely cost the Hawks a thing. Now that is incredible value, and this is exactly why the Atlanta Hawks and their front office deserve some serious credit. They're not just making big moves like adding Kristaps Porzingis, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and Luka Doncic like we've always talked about, but they're making smart, calculated depth plays that championship teams are built on. Now, think about the guard depth for a second. You got Trae Young, you got Kobe Buffkin, you got Dyson Daniels who can slide in, and now Keaton Wallace. That's a dangerous, versatile group with scoring, playmaking, defense, and hustle ability. Now, Wallace might not be a 30-minute a guy night, but when injuries happen, and they will, I hate to say that, this is someone who can step in and immediately contribute. Plus, he fits Atlanta's identity perfectly. He's a gritty defender. He's unselfish. He plays hard every single possession. He plays with a chip on his shoulder. And most importantly, he knows the system. This is what great teams do. They find hidden gems and they get them on value deals. And speaking of smart cap moves, Wallace's two-way contract leaves one standard roster spot left. Assuming that this roster spot deal is a minimum, Atlanta now has the financial flexibility to go sign a veteran minimum player without crossing the luxury tax line. So who could that be? Maybe Al Horford makes a return to Atlanta. He's been rumored. He lives in Atlanta, and adding his leadership to the locker room would be perfect for the Atlanta Hawks. Or maybe it's Bol Bol for more size and upside, or a 3-and-D vet like Royce O'Neal. The point is, the Atlanta Hawks aren't done. They've built a squad that's ready to compete right now. They've stayed under the luxury tax, and they've kept all their draft assets in the process. That's how you build a contender. Keaton Wallace may not dominate the headlines, but real fans know that this is a move that actually can swing momentum in a long season. So what do you think? Was re-signing Keaton Wallace a steal? And who should the Atlanta Hawks use the last roster spot on? Let me know in the comments. Smash that like button and hit the subscribe for more Hawks coverage, because this team just keeps making smart moves, and trust me, the rest of the NBA is starting to notice. And if you want to see more videos like this, check this one out right here. And like always, peace.